So, am I losing my house? Am I filing for bankruptcy? Am I getting foreclosed? What's going on, guys? It's Ricky with TechBud Solutions, and I actually haven't lived at this house for the past 6 months. I've actually had my TechBuds team living here. I started a family, as a lot of you guys probably noticed, and we actually live at another property right now. I absolutely love my new life. I guess it's part of adulting. But one of the things that I'm very excited to announce is the remodel of this property. It's a property that I bought in late 2018. Right now, as of 2020, it's nearly, not fully, but nearly doubled in price. There's actually a comparable in the area that sold last year, mid last year, for $1.45 million. I bought this property for a little bit over $800,000. I'm very excited to bring you guys along the journey of remodeling this property as we've done with a lot of our other flips. But again, it's a little bit more personal as this once used to be my primary residence. So I'm gonna be walking you guys along this entire property, and I actually want your guys' ideas on what you think that I should do with this property. Obviously, I want it to look absolutely stunning for the new owners. And then at the very end of this video, I'm actually going to explain, when it comes down to the numbers, on why I'm selling this instead of renting it out. So I really hope that you guys learned something new. I hope that you guys enjoy it. Please consider dropping a thumbs up and of course, subscribing. So as you guys can tell, this is actually week 2 of the whole remodel process. We had the demo guys, as we do for most of our flips, come and clean out the entire property, all the carpet, all the granite, all the tile is now removed, all the baseboards. We actually have our tile guy coming, if I'm not mistaken, this week, week 2 already, to work on the bathrooms and to get started on the actual flooring of the entire house. So what I was thinking, and again, please, I need your ideas. The idea of what I want this house to be is not just like our house flips where we normally put like LVP, which is a very cheap material, but I wanted to go with some porcelain tile, a very light wood finish. I'm gonna show you a picture of kind of what I was thinking, and then lightening up the walls, just still gray, but not as gray, just making it look a little bit more open. For the baseboards, we're gonna go with nice 6-inch baseboards, the biggest baseboards you could ever find. And then when it comes down to the actual kitchen, we're thinking of white granite. So what I had before was like a lighter brown granite. Honestly, it was still like the flooring, everything was still really nice. It just was kind of outdated. And this is kind of the unfortunate part when it comes down to remodeling kind of like the higher tier houses. You kind of just have to demo all of that and then just make room for the new one. So what we're thinking is going with some lighter granite with some black and gray accents. And we're thinking of a waterfall finish to really give it a modern look. As you guys could see, all the cabinets are still here. What I'm thinking is actually repainting them instead of completely getting new ones and going with a white cabinetry finish. When it comes down to the fixtures on the actual cabinets, instead of them being gray, I thought it would be really nice to be able to contrast with some matte black fixtures. Let me know what you guys think about that. And then one of the last things that we're thinking of doing here in the actual kitchen is you can see that there's 3 spots right above where this island would be. And I was actually thinking of doing chandelier lighting with some black fixtures that would look really nice, especially as the granite comes out about 1 foot. And then we have the nice waterfall finish here. I actually did want to ask you a conversation that I had with Nick, who's my flip partner for all the houses that we flip. We were thinking of potentially removing this cabinet to make it a little bit more open when it comes down to the kitchen. So comment down below, should we remove this section of the cabinet to open it up a little bit more, or should we keep it as how it is and add the waterfall finish to the end? Let's go ahead and go on over here. So when it comes down to the carpet, there's not gonna be anything really too special. We're definitely gonna go with some high quality carpet. But again, there's nothing I would say too fancy I can do with the actual carpet itself. But what I did wanna ask you guys is in comparison, right? Because the competition that I have for this property is going to be right around $1.5 million. One of the things that I wanted to set up here is the comparable of the house that's similar to this one that recently sold last year, sold for the 1.46, 1.45 million. With that being said, I thought that we can actually take it to the next level and actually have the middle of that wall come out, have a nice little accent wall, insert an actual fireplace, and really just update this entire living room. So I was thinking of adding an accent wall here as well as in the formal dining room, just really giving it that it factor. Let's go ahead and head on over to the master bedroom where it's actually a little bit over 1,000 square feet itself and tell you my plans. All right, so now that I have you guys here in my master bedroom, let me actually share with you what I plan to do here. So in the previous property, we were actually intending to take it to the next level. So what I mean by that is on the previous property that's comparable had carpet in the master bedroom. We're thinking of running the tile that we have in the living room all the way through the master bedroom. I'm asking you, if you were to buy a $1.5 million house, would you want your master bedroom to be tile or would you rather want it to be carpet? I think tile itself is just a higher tier or a higher level. Let me know down below. When it comes down to the actual master bedroom, we want to do it big. So instead of having a normal tub, I was thinking that it would be very beautiful to have a standalone tub. So a standalone tub would go like this. We would reposition all of this where the actual drainage would come from underneath and then reposition where the water comes out straight from the wall. When it comes down to the his and her sinks, so we were thinking of repainting the actual cabinets the same as the kitchen, white with black fixtures, and then running that same white, black, and gray granite across, giving it a much more updated look. When it comes down to the actual master shower, check this thing out. I'm 6'4". The shower is massive. It's gonna have a huge glass wall. We're thinking of running a really nice white porcelain tile that has like a granite type look alongside the entire wall and all the way across this entire back wall, giving it a really just massive and modern finish. The fixtures themselves are going to be replaced. So instead of this kind of like nickel finish, we're actually going to give it a black finish. But again, I wanted to ask you if you have any ideas of the ideal master bedroom that you think would look really well with this property, make sure you comment down below and even share a link. I would love to see the ideas that you guys have set up for your ideal master shower. So one of the things that I know our house is so much better in comparison to the previous house is that this property is on a much bigger lot, as well as my backyard is so much nicer than the previous house that sold for $1.46 million. My pool is so much better. The overall layout where I have a built-in barbecue, a built-in fire pit, and when it comes down to even that grass spot, we changed it to artificial turf, again, to make sure that it's low maintenance. The pool is absolutely amazing with the water fixtures and as well as the LED lighting that we have set up there. And everything is hooked up to the propane to make sure that it's properly heated. I personally cannot think of anything that I can do better in this backyard, but if you have an idea that you think can actually be of value to the next buyer, please comment down below as, again, I'm trying to get top dollar for this property. Alrighty, and the last thing is, of course, upstairs. If you've ever actually visited me here at this house, this is where the party happened. All of our gaming setup, we have the bar here. Again, we're gonna run the same granite that we have downstairs in the kitchen, which is top tier granite, along the entire bar area. And of course, repurpose those cabinets by giving them a much more updated look and giving them that white color. We're gonna go with carpet throughout the entire upstairs except for the bathroom and as well as except for the bar area. They will carry the same porcelain tile that we use downstairs and making sure that we have a constant theme throughout the house. Actually, a question that I actually wanted to ask you is a conversation that I had with Nick when coming up with ideas for this specific property is the bathrooms and the showers. Do you or would you, if you're buying a $1.5 to $1.7 million house, prefer each bathroom to be a constant theme, very nice, very high quality, but a constant theme? Or would you want each bathroom to be somewhat different and unique? I can't say that there's a right or wrong answer, but I want to see what the people in the masses actually think. So let me know down below. One of the things that I actually wanted to share with you guys is let me know your thoughts down below is we're gonna try to really run with the idea of chandelier lighting. So not only do I wanna run 3 of those chandelier lightings across the kitchen area, but I'm thinking of running a huge chandelier right down the middle that would be very grand, especially when you walk into the house. So a huge chandelier there. The second chandelier is actually going to be right in front of the door. So instead of just having a normal bulb, even right before you walk in, having a very nice and elegant chandelier, as well as in the formal dining room, thinking of a very nice chandelier there. And the last area that I was thinking of running either chandelier lighting or a chandelier that actually sheds light is going to be right above the tub in the master bedroom. I think that chandelier lighting, if done correctly, looks very, very nice, especially when paying top dollar for a property. And to answer the final question is, why am I selling this property instead of renting it out? So let's just take this into consideration. I currently owe on this property a little bit under $400,000 if I'm not mistaken. So with that being said, this house is massive. Not even just taking into consideration that right now we're definitely still in a seller's market. What I began to ask myself is, you're right, I could refinance and I could rent out this property. But I always, if I choose to have a rental, want to make sure that it's a bulletproof rental. And being very realistic, I mean, this house is not very practical. It's 8 rooms total, 6 bedrooms, 1 office, and 1 movie room. 8 rooms total. 6,000 square feet, has a huge backyard. It's not essential for someone to have this property, unless of course they have a huge family. With that being said, I can have one property, this one, valued at $1.5 million, this one, and rent it out for about, let's say, $6,500 a month. That'd be kind of difficult, especially if the market were to tank. Not very bulletproof. Or I can try to get top dollar, sell this property, and based off of current rates, if I have $1 million, right, because I owe less than $400,000 on this house, if I can pull out $1 million cash on this house and putting 20% down, I can buy 10 $500,000 houses. So that would be $5 million worth in real estate, $1 million in down payments, $100,000 each, and each one would potentially rent out for $2,750 based off of the average rent rate in Arizona. So in comparison to having one property at $1.5 million, that can potentially earn me $6,500 at the peak of the market, I can at least then, in comparison, have 10 bulletproof rentals, much more practical, and at a price range that's much more realistic regardless in what part of the market we're in, regardless if we're at the peak of the market or even at a recession. So as you could imagine, when I began to compare both having one rental versus 10 different rentals, I also began to ask myself the simple question, which house do I see more appreciation potential? And this house already being at the $1.5, $1.6 million, it could only appreciate so much more before it peaks or before it caps. In comparison to a property at $500,000 has much more potential to continue to appreciate, as that is where most of the market is, especially in Arizona. So not only do I want to take into consideration a bulletproof rental system and price range for a rental, but also continuous appreciation, as that's the whole reason to invest in real estate. So let me know down in the comments section, do you think that I am making the right choice of remodeling this property, putting about $100,000 to $150,000, that's the budget that I gave myself, for this property, trying to get top dollar at $1.5 million, or should I just have turned this into a rental? Can't say that there's a right or wrong. It's just based off of, your opinion and of course the position that you want to put yourself in. So I really do appreciate you guys' time. I'd love to provide you guys more updates on this remodel. If you guys would like to see it, make sure you subscribe to the channel, turn on your post notifications, follow me on Instagram. That's going to be linked down below. And of course, I hope that you destroy that like button. Like always, let's make sure that we end the year on a green note. Take it easy, team.